weirdos, welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing today? If you're looking for the video of my right hand mani, it'll be up in the cards. Today I'm going to do a real simple mani. I'm not really going to be talking about technique or products. This is going to be a chatty video. I am using Mystic Moon solid dip color. I'm going to use a Revel glitter to pair with it. I'll leave everything in the box for you guys, but this is a video I've mentioned to you in the past, so some of you may have been waiting for it. We're going to talk about kind of life as a creator here on YouTube and what it's been like for me, kind of some of the stuff that I've learned along my journey, how I operate. If you're an aspiring YouTuber, young YouTuber, when I say young, I mean your YouTube channel, not yourself, maybe, I don't know. And, just kind of where I'm at with certain things, what my MO is. So if that's something you're interested in or want to learn more about, or if you're just curious about how I do what I do, stick around and we're going to have a little story time, if you will. Let's see, where to begin? I guess I'll start at the beginning. This may be old information for some of you. If you're new here, hi, welcome to my nail shenanigans. I'm Marlakris. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to start with the beginning. Okay, so I started doing my nails with dip powder because I lost my financial aid going to college and I couldn't get my nails done anymore. I had to pay for school out of pocket. So I started doing my nails probably sometime around October, what? We're off to a rockin' start. October, November of 2018. Okay, so it's just over 2 years ago. So I started doing my own nails and I started posting nail fees on like some of the Facebook, dip nail groups. And in doing that, I wound up having some people reach out to me and ask me if I can do a video on how I did a certain nail art look or a certain technique. And I'm like, okay, I'll create a video, I guess. I had never created any video for anything in my entire existence. So this was so new to me. I had no idea what I was doing, but I did. And then I got requests for another video. So I did that too. And that was in about, I want to say June of 2019. So that's where we're at so far, June 2019. So that's when I really started becoming a creator here on YouTube. And it's like, I have no idea how I got here. The time just flew by and I went from literally 0 to 60 in 2.2. I don't know how I got here, but we're here. And it's been amazing. The one thing I will always tell people, it's a job I never knew I wanted, but I love with my whole entire heart. I really do. I love doing this. I love it for me. I love it for y'all. I love everything about it. Almost everything. There are some things that I'm like, we all have those days. And if you're a creator, you probably can imagine what I'm talking about. And I guess we'll roll right along into my next topic, which is dealing with companies. I guess I'll start with PR because that's probably what you guys think about when it comes to creators dealing with companies. I did not get PR for a very long time. And the first PR I ever got, I was the one who reached out to the company. And I know I've heard some creators, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, whatever, getting, I don't want to say hurt or offended, but just wondering why some people get PR and some people don't. And I don't have a good answer for you. I really don't, because I'm not a company. I don't send out PR. I don't know what their mentality is behind it. All I can tell you is I reached out first. And it was me. My first PR came from Dipalicious. I don't know if you guys remember. Some of my OGs will probably remember. I think it was not this past Christmas, the one before. I did a Dip Mist collab with a bunch of other creators, and a lot of us did giveaways. And I was still new. I hadn't even been monetized yet. I was just shy. I think I got monetized in December, so it was right around that time. And you have to have 1,000 subscribers to be monetized, right? So I was still really new, still really young in my YouTube career, whatever. So I reached out to Dipalicious and I'm like, hey, I know you don't know me, but this is who I am. This is what I do. And this is what I'm planning. And she was so incredibly kind and sweet, sent me a ton of stuff to play with. And I would 110% recommend, if this is like the route you want to go with your, creator career, absolutely do not be afraid to make the first move. And I'm going to tell you why. Companies aren't watching who's posting what. Typically, they're not like on the hunt for the most part. So it's 110% possible they just don't know who you are. And it does not hurt to reach out to a company, introduce yourself, and start building that relationship. That's usually the road that leads to future PR. So that's that. And even after that, I didn't get PR for a very long time. I don't think I really started receiving PR like hardcore until about maybe 6 or 8 months ago. And I started getting it very, very regularly. And, I had a following by then, and word of mouth happens and people get to know who you are in the community. And that's when people want your promotion, which brings me to my next point. Not only are companies wanting to cooperate with creators and do kind things and send out PR and have people try their products, but you got to realize that it's a two-way street, right? Companies are not just sending you product because they feel like being nice. I wish I could say that was what it was. And for some, maybe. But I think a majority of the time, these companies are looking for promotion. So while you can think in your head, oh, they're such a nice company, they're doing something sweet. Yeah, but they're also hoping that you're going to promote their business. So it's kind of a collaborative effort between the creator and the company. Like one hand washes the other. So for you or anybody to get upset over not getting a PR, it's easy to sit here and say that I could care less about PR because I get a lot of it, But in all honesty, it's not what I think about. When I'm sitting down and I'm doing a video and I'm thinking about, I'm going through my calendar and pre-planning stuff and pre-filming, my mind is furthest from PR. My mind is, what do my subscribers want to see? What designs do I want to do? What awareness videos do I have coming up? Or am I doing a Paws and Claws video, which I haven't done in a minute. I will be doing another one, promise. But yeah, that's where my mind goes when I'm doing videos. It is so far away from PR. If I get PR, great. And I'll do a review video. And you know what? I'll tell you how I work that. And some of you creators may want to take this because I have found it to be super useful and helpful. This is what I do when a company comes to me for promotion. I tell them how I work. And this is how I work. This is my big secret here. I'm giving you all the tea. I will tell this company exactly what I plan on doing, which is a genuine, legit first impression. I don't look at products usually, unless they ask me a question. If they receive something or what colors I got or whatever. I don't look at product until the day I film. I do an unboxing, first impression. I'll do a whole mani, start to finish. I'll record the entire thing. I'll take photographs. Once that is done, I will contact the company, send them photos, give them all my thoughts, ask any questions, talk about any issues. And with that, both the company and myself decide on whether an upload is in the company's best interest. Because it is not my mission on my channel, on my platform, to ever hurt a company. That's the last thing I want to do. And matter of fact, I won't do it. So if that company is not comfortable with me posting an honest review and it's negative in some way, absolutely fine by me. I will not post it. Trash the entire video, which sounds like a lot of work. It does. It sounds like a lot of work for nothing. However, I can tell you that out of the many, many, many reviews that I have done, and I'm sure you've seen a lot of them. I've been doing it for a long time now. Out of all the reviews I've done, I have had to go back to a company with negative feedback. And I don't mean top coat wasn't awesome glossy. It was kind of good, but no, I mean negative feedback. Super negative, products were terrible. I've had to do that 3 times to 3 companies. That's it. So it doesn't happen super often, but believe when it does, it breaks my heart and I hate it with my whole every fiber of my being. I hate it. That's one of those moments where I'm like, ugh, this job sucks. I hate being the bad cop. But since it doesn't happen often, it's not like the worst thing in the world, you know? So that's usually how I work with companies. And I'm going to go back to the relationship. Building the relationships is so incredibly important. And even with the companies that I didn't care for, that I didn't do uploads for, I'm always very diplomatic and very professional. And that's because I don't ever want to burn bridges. You know what I mean? For example, a company that sends me product may not be great, might be a new company. And that company could very well turn around, reevaluate what they're doing, and change everything. And I would hate to think that company wouldn't want to come back to me because I was an ass, you know? So I try to always highlight positive and, you know, very diplomatically and professionally and respectfully talk about what I found in my experience that was maybe negative and what they could look at, you know, for quality control issues on their end. So that's my little thing about companies. I figured this would be a good segue into why I don't do negative reviews and why I don't work with certain companies. Let's talk about reviews first. I do have 1 or 2 negative reviews, and I mean, you really have to piss me off for me to put a negative review on here. And I don't do it often, and I have a few reasons why. One reason is lawsuits. I'm not a huge creator. I don't have a team of attorneys. I don't have one attorney, okay? It's just me. And I would hate to be put in a position where my livelihood, my children's livelihood, and my platform here, you know, my channel could be compromised by a company that was seriously offended or hurt by something I said. So no, I'm not going to do negative reviews. And I know that makes it difficult to trust a creator when every review they do is like super positive and you love everything. And I get it. But my mission on my channel also is to highlight and empower, especially the small businesses that do such an amazing job. And does that mean that I put every company on my platform, on my channel? No, I don't. I just told you. I will tell companies no. Well, I'll get to that. That'll come here in a minute. But I did have some experiences that were not great, that were not good. They were incredibly bad. Let's just say that. And I chose not to include them in my channel. Because I don't want to hurt companies. I really don't. But I do also want to highlight and promote the channels that I think, the companies that I think are doing an amazing job, that are here for the client, that know what they're doing, and that touch me in some way. I have a lot of fellow creators that have recently spread their wings and started making their own dips, and I support it 1.5%. If y'all are wondering if that's ever going to be me, no. I'm not going to say never, because I don't like using words that are so definitive like that, you know, never. Just, that's so cut and dry. It's never going to happen. But it's incredibly unlikely that will ever happen. I'm not a business person at all, not even a little. But as far as companies, I will not work with. Okay, so this is a personal thing. And this is just a me. This is a Marlakris thing, to the best of my knowledge. And if this is you and you can relate, let me know. But sometimes I'll have a company contact me, and I either already know who the owner is, and I already know how they conduct their business, or I know how they conduct themselves personally, but within the dip community, and it's just not something that I agree with. And believe, this is nothing minor. You know, I know everyone has their own opinion, and I am 110% in support of having your own opinion. But when it comes to how you treat another human being, if that doesn't meet my ethical standard, I'm not going to let my name be affiliated with that individual or with that company. And a lot of it boils down to honesty. There are some companies out there that just, I feel, really need to re-examine their ethical standards when it comes to honesty and, you know, just being completely and totally transparent with the clientele. I'm not going to name names ever, not publicly at least. But yeah, so there are companies that I will not work with. Now, if you have not seen a company or a name on my channel and you love the company, you want me to try the company, you have questions about a company, you can always reach out to me via DM or email or messenger or whatever. And I'm happy to tell you what I know, factual information that I know. None of it is opinion based, although I do have feelings. We all do, right? We're human. But my information and my judgments are based on fact. So I will tell you what I know, probably without details because I'm not trying to gossip or give anyone a bad rep or anything like that. But that's kind of just how I roll. And like I said, it's a personal thing. It's me based on my own ethical standards and how I conduct business. And that's something I think is super important for young creators. You have to make sure that whatever company you're doing business with is a company you want your name affiliated with. So do your research. I research the heck out of companies. If someone contacts me, I need to know who the owner is. I need to know if they have a group, if they're active in the community, what they do, how they behave. I know everything. And if I don't, I know someone who does. And I think it's also super important to have those connections, have friends in the community, have other creators that you're friends with that you can, run to if you're contacted by a company, you have no idea who they are. Maybe someone else does. But having all the information before you make a choice, for me, I think is super duper important. I'm sure that some of you probably have wondered in the past, speaking of, doing business with companies, if I get paid to promote companies. No, absolutely not. I've thought about it and, I am 100% guilty. If a company reaches out to me and it's like a no-name Amazon company. Now, I've had some pretty bad experiences with Amazon companies. Not all of them. Some of them have been great, but I've had a few that were total swing and a miss. So if it's a company I don't know, and it's usually like an Amazon company or even like an Amazon seller, I will tell them that I charge a promotional fee. And that usually is a deterrent. I don't think I've had anyone accept my fees. They're not outlandish at all. Like not even a little bit. But that's usually a pretty good deterrent. I could just say no, but I don't know. I feel like my time is valuable and it's worth something. And because I do put a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort into these videos that I do, and I think, with the small businesses and companies I work with in the past, I would never charge a promotional fee, never. But for a company that I don't know, that's probably overseas somewhere with products that I don't know what's in it. And I always ask, I always ask for the MSDS, Manufacturer Safety Data Sheet, because I want to know what's in those products for myself and to educate you guys. They see that I have a small fee and they're like, no, never mind. All right, bye. So no, I don't charge fees. Am I commissioned by companies? I am. But I will always be open and transparent and honest with you guys about any affiliations, I guess, I have with companies. The only companies that pay me commission right now, I do get commission from Amazon for my storefront. You guys know that. I do get commission from Maniology. Now, how many Maniology videos do you see me doing? I haven't done one in so long because I'm not here for commission. I am also commissioned by McCart. Again, another company I don't do very often. Not because I don't like the products. I've used McCart Model 1s. They pay me commission too. But I'm not here for commission. Not even a little bit. Matter of fact, I don't like commissions. I don't like commissions because I feel like having a commission is pressure to post something positive. And that just, off the bat, I immediately feel icky about it. Like now I have to say something good, even if I don't want to. And I would never do that. I would rather forego the commission than compromise my own integrity, And I know it's a personal thing. If you're, a stone cold business person and you're like, no, if I'm going to do a video, you're going to pay me for it. I support you 110%, and I wish I could be like that. I cannot. I just can't, which is why I will never sell dip powders. I'd be the one just giving stuff away. Oh, you want some? Here, take it. That's a me thing. But no, I do not get paid for promotion. I do make super small commissions on, the stuff I just mentioned. But that's really it. My Shimmer and Shine collab, she did commission me on that. That was it. Literally, that's all I ever make commission on. I know, actually, I've had a lot of people ask how I get paid. And if you are, again, a new creator, or if you're not a creator, this could be interesting. Oh, speaking of which, you know what? I meant to mention this in the beginning of the video. This whole video is a piggyback off of a video that my friend Chelsea Sip and Dip, she did a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to leave it up here in the cards for you guys because you absolutely should check it out after this video. Or if you want to pause now and go check it out and come back. Either way, I don't care. But she did a kind of YouTube behind the scenes as well and talked about some stuff that when she told me she was doing this video, I'm like, do you mind if I take that and run with it a little bit? Because there's just so much, especially that new creators or very new creators, that's what I just said, young creators, young in their channel, or even just like influencers, aspiring influencers don't know and should. And of course she's like, heck yeah, take it, run. So definitely check her out. Okay, back to how I get paid, right? YouTube does not pay me. Google AdSense is the one who sends me checks every month, and you do get paid monthly. The checks, the amount of money that you make on YouTube is based on how many views the ads that run on your channel get. I don't know the science behind it. There's an algorithm. I don't know how it all works. I'm not a crazy math genius. I'm not a math anything. Math is like my worst subject. But that's how we get paid. And Chelsea said this in her video, and I'm going to say it again too. If you have a creator that you watch and you love, I don't care if it's me. Whatever videos you like, whether you like watching animal videos, nail videos, true crime videos, whatever videos you like to watch here on YouTube, the best way you can support your favorite creator, watch the ads, because that's how the creators get paid on this platform. And if you're wondering how to start making money off the ads on your videos, YouTube has very strict guidelines about that. You have a 12-month period, and that 12-month period moves. It's not necessarily from like January to January or December to December. It's any 12-month period consecutively. You have to obtain 1,000 subscribers, and you have to accrue 4,000 watch hours. And you can keep track of all that in your channel analytics, so you know where you're at and where you have to be. For some, it happens really fast. For some, it takes some time. It took me, I started in June and I was monetized in December. It was end of June, beginning of December. So I'll say 5 months, 5.5 months I got monetized. I think that's fast though. I don't think that's normal. I don't think. I use that term normal very, very loosely, by the way. It's kind of like that word perfect that I hate. It's like a makeup word. I don't know what it means. But that's been my experience so far on YouTube. I feel like I have so much more that I probably want to talk about at some point. If you have questions, I am going to get into my top coat routine. I did primer, now gel top coat. If you have questions, shoot me an email. You can comment down below if you have, comments or a short answer question. But if you want to have like a chat, or if you need help with building your channel, I'm happy to help. I'm not a magician. I can't poof and make you whatever. If I could do that, I would be there. But I'm always happy to talk it out with you and help guide you down whatever road you feel like you need to be on. So you can either shoot me a DM, shoot me an email, Facebook Messenger, if you're in my group. If you're not in my group, the link is in the description box. But yeah, that's pretty much been my experience so far as a content creator here on YouTube. Kind of how I work, what my MO is, how I deal with companies. That's the roundabout. And like I said, I'm happy to help, happy to answer any questions, even if you're not a creator. If you have generalized questions and it's something you're thinking about doing in the future. If you want to know about how I film on my iPhone. There's no magic. I have a tripod, a cheap tripod. It's like a $35 tripod. I have a ring light and I use my iPhone. Although there is some like stuff that you should know. iPhone storage, like basic iPhone storage, is very, very small, and it's damn near impossible to do anything as far as creating a video like this goes with sound and audio and everything without having to delete everything else off your phone. So yes, I have a very high memory gig whatever in my phone, but it's a tax write-off for me, so I don't mind. Anyway, leave me any questions you want down below, or like I said, shoot me an email, DM, whatever. I just yapped through this entire video. I'm gonna finish off with my Candi Skin Care cuticle oil. This is, I mean, you guys know what it is by now. It's from the Sharing is Caring trio, and I love it still with my whole entire heart. What did you guys think of the mani? I didn't really talk about it. The glitter is by Revel now. I think it's Caribe, and I thought it paired perfectly with this color by Mystic Moon. Her son JJ created this color, and she sent it to me, and JJ was so excited to have me wear it. I'm like, of course I'm gonna wear it. It is so stinking cute. You guys will have to let me know what you think. What do you think of this topic? Should I do a part 2 with like other stuff, answering more? If you have questions, I'll answer them in a video. Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for being here, for listening to me ramble for 25 minutes, and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you in the next one. Love you. Bye.